Gonads.
Okay, welcome back everyone. Cheers for your patience. This is the third map in a place of preparation game for a match on Monday in the TF2 League, Highlander. And we're playing a third game for fun really, but just for our own entertainment and the players' practice. We've got a team they're opposing which is mainly made up of placed of team members who aren't playing on this match on Monday, mixed in with community members, so everyone knows what they're doing. And joining me now, me and Nutmeg now, is Jimbo McBee and Grom, or Jennyside, from our community.
Evening.
Hello.
And we're just going to hopefully enjoy the match with you guys.
So we can see at the minute they're just in practicing at the minute, getting ready soon, and that'll be us good to go.
Should be ready to go pretty soon here. We're just waiting for the red team to confirm they're ready. Blue are all raring to go, and yeah, looks like everybody's about to. So let's bring in one of our new casters, shall we? Grom, would you like to explain Badwater to anybody who's new?
Jeez, you're asking the wrong person, mate. I think my
I'll take
my
it if you
playing
want.
history doesn't, or the amount of hours I've spent playing this game doesn't quite equal any kind of skill whatsoever.
None of us have any skill, mate. We're not worried about that. It's a good map. It's one they do play in the Highlander League. Played last week, did really well on it. Placed of currently 3-0 in games, which is good stuff.
My mic's going to be constant, by the way. But yes, this is Badwater. It's 5 stages, unlike Gold Rush, for example, where there's 3 separate stages. This is all one big stage. So the blue team push the cart. Once they get it to the end, that's it, round over. There's no multiple stages like the other ones. So in the stopwatch mode for this, it's a matter of pushing it as far as you can, as quick as you can, and if you do get it to the end, they have to beat your time. It's as simple as that. There's not much to it.
Cool stuff. And just seeing in the chat and game all the guys giving a shout out to us and a shout out to the PlayStuff community, which is nice. But here we go, kicking off.
And the nice thing about having a sort of straight linear attack defend map is that you can tend to get much more coordinated teams, because there's only really one choice: you're going forward or you're stopping the other guys from going forward.
Absolutely. You've got to decide where you're going to put up your defensive line and hold it as long as possible, basically.
You see, they've already got
There's
the
even sort of 2 or 3 lines each time.
Yeah, they've already got the cart into the tunnel, which is a fairly good push so far. Blue Scout has been taken down, and a great shot taken out the blue sniper there, and they're coming out as the tunnel, so this will be a fair bit of a choke point. We'll see if red can hold them off, or if we'll just charge straight through, capturing the first point.
That's
Medic and
amazing
heavy
progress.
were put off from the top left. Actually, there was a very good sticky trap which blew the heavy straight off the cliffs.
Again,
Superb.
the priest taking out the blue sniper. Fantastic.
Oh dear, the heavy's going Uber to Uber there. Blue heavy coming off worse as his Uber ran out first.
Yeah, as blue's push just basically destroyed there. Still a few of them alive, but they're going to be recovering back in spawn, while all but 2 red are up at the minute.
Looks like
Still
the
a
cart's moved quite a
surprising.
distance as well.
Yeah, I was going to say a surprisingly good push for the first real move of the game to get the cart this far, right through the tunnel and close to the point. Admittedly, red have done a good job of holding them down.
Oh,
And if this
Heavy
heavy
on
can
heavy.
stay alive, then he goes down.
straight down though. Very good from Krasgo taking out the blue medic there. It's just a matter of cleaning up blue heavy, and they've pretty much held off that push. There might be a few alive that might be able to do a bit of damage, but very well held off.
Yeah, really nice play. Reinforcements coming in, looking to get to that.
in this.
Go on, go on.
Mini sentry use in this. It's if you can get one in the right place and just you can use them as distraction. You can't really use them to actually do any serious damage. All you can do is just keep dropping down in as many random places as possible and just try and confuse people as they're running around corners. But they're not something that you put down for any length of time whatsoever, certainly in this map.
No, for sure.
Very good attempt at holding the push off there by Red there. Lots of blue guys run the cart and they managed to jump down from above with Uber, but they didn't hold it off long enough and they just captured it. Now it's on to the second point.
Blue taking advantage of that top left-hand route, which is very, very strong for the attackers, because they can just jump straight down onto the cart, as providing it's gone through the tunnel.
Down goes the red medic, so that's going to be a pretty painful to them defending it. I can't see them holding this off very well.
No, this is a really strong push by Blue, taking that high ground, getting their team on the cart, tanking damage, but moving the cart, which is the only thing that matters.
There is one thing about capturing that point. There's a shortcut from red spawn to the second point which drastically reduces the time to get there. Capturing that second point closes it off, so that means red team are going to be pushed a lot back and it's going to take them a lot longer to get to defend the cart.
All the momentum with Blue at this point in time.
Fantastic bone saw there from Cowmugger taking out the red scout.
Really nice.
Red did a very good job of dividing and conquering there. There was the scout and the sniper who were caught very far back of the rest of the team, which meant that they could pick them off one by one.
If the blue team can push forward and capture the second point, it will move their spawn point forward, which will give them a lot more momentum. They'll be a lot shorter of a run back to the cart. And it'll definitely help for pushing forward to on the last point.
Yeah, for sure.
Red having serious problems trying to get a sentry up there. Engineer's not done a huge amount of use at the moment.
I mean, as a defending team, this particular part of the map is possible to hold. Very, very possible to hold.
It's a very critical stage right now because, like Jim says, with the moving up of spawn, Blue really, really want to get this point.
Absolutely.
The blue were popped and they managed to take out the heavy and the medic, which are the two very key players, but the rest of them are alive, so they're going to have a challenge pushing it any further.
Hazo doing a good job of dealing some damage as demo man.
Great harassment from Callum, taking out the enemy downman there. Just doing a great job of just hanging about, buzzing about, taking out the enemies, and there we go, they've captured the third point.
Awesome work.
Oh, did you see the timing on that? The spy put his sappers down on the sentry and all over the engineers building just as the heavy turned the corner. That was excellent coordination.
Lovely stuff.
And here we approach the last approach down to the last point, down this ramp. It can be a pretty big choke point coming around that corner as both teams, it's about equal distance between spawns to there. So there's going to be a lot of spam, a lot of trying to get around and flank them through the little building. It's a pretty key point in this last stage approach.
There's an awful lot of space to cover though to defend.
Red really needing to get their defences up.
Fantastic over from Blue,
And
taking
of course
out the
That was a very important shot from...
but the scout falls.
No, we're seeing a point here. Red getting their defences up. Really, really important to hold this down tight. Much more difficult in Highlander than it is in a normal team because, of course, you can only have one engineer, so you can't have that sentry farm that everyone loves so much.
I must commend Jimmy and Ciro right now because for the last 3 minutes they've been really the only thing that's stopping Blue from getting to that car.
Did a really strong job. I haven't seen So drop one Uber. They seem to be on top of the spy. Oh, I've spoke too soon.
They were doing a good job of holding it off. They had the heavy medic pair just hanging about up there picking them off, but Callum is behind their lines and will be possible to take out a few key enemies. Sarah getting a great backstab there on the heavy, so that's definitely going to weaken the defence.
The
Carrying
crucial
the
point
deadly
to
scout.
notice is that the medic went down recently. The blue medic went down recently, but the red one didn't, which means that red will have an uber advantage and they'll get their uber first and they'll dictate when that uber push happens.
Absolutely, you can see there red's uber percent's just approaching 90% now, going to be nearly full. Blue medic has died. Oh, saying that, Cero's down, so it's so close to over, but they did not get it off. So both teams, both medics.
Yeah,
down.
the spy. Sarek got in there just as Dancers got in there on the other team. Sarah will be really annoyed about that. You know, he'd be saving that Uber for exactly that timing, but yeah, just a split second and a good spy punished him.
Very unlucky for Apocalypse.
Tom
They
doing a
managed to take
fine
out the
job
heavy, but got cut off. That's right.
Oh right, okay, it's APOC playing spy for the red team this time round. Dancers has changed to engineer. My bad, my bad.
Some smack talk going down in the chat about Callum spawn camping, apparently.
He
Tactical
was
area
holding him off.
denial.
He was keeping about 3 of them in the base at the time, by being that sort of pesky little bouncing around scout he does.
As you can see, this area top is just explosions everywhere. It's crazy. It's just as much spam as you can hold down to intimidate and hold them off.
It's absolutely fun.
Blue are taking.
Usually
And I
tier
think
2
Red are
heads.
about... Sorry, I was just going to say Red are about to discover Blue's little teleport farm around the back here, I think.
It's a pretty nasty hit. Both the scout, the heavy, demo, they're all down. Down goes the medic. It's not looking good for Blue at this point.
Really strong defence.
It's interesting though, because Blue have been making hits on Red. Red have been losing players, but crucially I think there's always been 2 heavy classes or so ready to, you know, as the last man standing.
Yeah, they've just not been able to capitalise on it yet.
I think, you know, when a heavy is as skilled and as prepared to get in the firing line as Jimmy is here, he's really holding the team together. You know, he's like, tanking all that damage, causing so much damage to the other side.
Fantastic night sniper.
So
Part of
It's
what's
taken us
enabling
already.
Jimmy to make all of the good calls is that the team is calling very well. I mean, obviously Jimmy went up and took out that window, got the medic in the heavy kill earlier, because he had the information that they were there and they were looking the wrong way.
Yeah,
Blue
love
pushed
it.
right back now.
We've seen Red, they were jumping around that corner, they took out a considerable amount of the attack and defence, so that's going to hold them up a fair bit. The medic's just trying to desperately avoid all the damage he can to survive, but he is taken down.
So doing a masterful job as the medic there, just keeping the whole team in view. Although he's just missed the blue spy going past him.
So they've effectively pushed them back to the 3rd point, but the whole blue team is live, so I can see them pushing back forward around that choke point again. But Red does have a considerable uber advantage. They're sitting at 80%, and it would be pretty handy denying any further push from Blue.
Runs that heavy,
Absolutely, and here it comes now. This heavy's thinking he's going to... Yeah, I was going to say, if he thinks he's going around that corner, he's mistaken.
And there he goes, he
Sensible
discovers the
Sarah's playing
engineer's
back there.
nest, takes it all out. He misses the teleport though, still up, so...
That's a surprise. I mean, you know, we've seen how important that is to get that teleport down, stop them having the advantage of bringing everyone to the forward of the battle, the front lines.
And we got in there and took it out eventually. Not after a scout teleported through, I
It looks
believe.
like Blue are coordinated with an Uber now.
So both the livers.
Yeah, and Blue just
one
needs to
liver,
hold
big
steady
charge.
off a little bit. I think they need to kind of hold back a bit and then approach this much more as a team. That, you know, they're going to have to accept they're on even numbers with the other team. It's an Uber
Both
fight, and the
livers
pyro.
Neon
The
Nightmare.
pyro comes in and knocks him off the bridge. Superb.
Sarah
Fantastic
finally
play.
down. That was lovely.
I
Both
can't
teams
take my
coordinating.
enemy
Don't
scout
think
very well.
Blues knew that Red had.
See Boyley just sticking up the entrance, trying to hold the back from where they can. But Blue have a bit of an Uber advantage. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Oh, ouch.
He needs to keep that. Monkey's going down for the blue team, and Mugger the medic on 65% Uber. Not a good time to
he
lose
should
your
be hanging
heavy.
back. He should be hanging back to build that up.
Stitch
this
doing
is
a
the
good
site you
job
don't wanna see as
cutting
a
off the
spot.
scout.
Poor Seric is seeing that sentry and he wants to get it so bad, but there's a pyro there flaming around all over the place. He's not going to get close.
Mugger's got his charge up.
Bit of a scout battle going off, but
So we should
Castle
have one
will
Looks
not
like
be
Blue are
coming.
going
up any second.
to the top window.
They are. They're going for a window drop.
Oh no!
Someone
It's
not
forces
gonna
a
end
knockback
well.
on the heavy. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to work well.
Oh,
And there's their Uber
shame.
blow.
And they're getting hassled.
Sentry has extreme
Actually,
pushback
look, the
if
red
you're in the
heavy.
air, so there's no luck getting out that window at all. Sarek getting taken down by accident there, I believe. Wasn't intentional trying to kill him, but he was taken down.
He
nonetheless.
ran. Yeah,
You
he
gotta
ran
love,
straight into the sniper, and then the heavy saw him bump.
You gotta love Two Monkeys' comment. He said, "Right, we've tried that as an experience and it doesn't work." Oh dear. You'd have had to hear it in his German accent to have appreciated the humour.
See Red are taking considerable beating, but they're just respawning about now. Sniper a little bit back, but Blue have got a fair Uber advantage and they're going to be able to do some damage if they can keep it alive, build up the Uber and push in. Ooh.
Bear in mind
what
that
happened
Blue
to the
have to
heavy
win
though?
within the next 30 seconds to win the round.
The heavy suicided, I thought. Seemed to just jump down in front of that level 3 sentry and medic.
Yeah, I think they realised at the time it was their last ditch attempt. He nearly got it, but unfortunately, it's no luck, and that's it. So Red have managed to hold them off on the last point.
Really superb.
That was a
Very well
fantastic
played, I
defence at
think.
the end.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Seric just managing to take out that sentry by himself just there. Got the pat stab on the engine, but just a little bit too late. I don't feel like Red could have lost another 20 seconds.
No, I don't think so. That was one. That was a brilliant defence. Brilliant defence.
So, as with the stopwatch mode, you'll see at the top there's a time set by the enemy team, which is 5 minutes 11, and that took them 5 minutes 11 to capture 3 points. If the attacking team can either capture all 4 points or capture 3 points in less than 5 minutes 11 seconds, then they have won.
And if they don't get the 3 points in less than 5 minutes 11, they go on to beat the ultimate, or play the ultimate final time that Blue got last time. Red got last time, was rather difficult to say because. I think I've just crashed.
Mission begins in 10
We're all still in game, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Oh, you can still hear me.
4, 3,
Oh, yeah, we can still hear you, and all our streams are still up.
Good stuff.
So Red not gone for, well, gone for a slightly odd placement for the dispenser.
Now, was that an
he
early
got a
Uber
gunner?
pop right out the door at the top, or was he forced? Because either way, that's a lot earlier than the blue Uber wants to go off.
Yeah, so
I
they
didn't see
catch
when
up
he popped it.
personally,
I
but
flipped over, so he popped it for.
Red are taking a fair beating. They've lost their medic and just about getting cleaned up. But it looks like Yep, a lot of blue respawn,
Really strong
so
play.
red are going to have trouble to get back there in time to hold off the car. There's currently 4 times speed.
Blue
on
got a
it,
defensive
and it's
sentry up there.
Approaching.
I mean, this is fast. Doesn't get much faster than this.
Red also lost his teleport
nice
as well, so
milk.
their spawn disadvantage of being the defenders is going to play out to its fullest.
Yeah, this is a very unlucky start, or strong start from blue. Is more optimistic glass half full way to put that, but red trying to hold the roof, all important at this point.
Blue realizing the importance of the roof and going right for it right now.
The priest yet again doing a great job in taking down the enemy sniper, which is going to give him free reign of that long path. And be able to take out any enemies that have to
Red
cross there.
level 1 up on the roof's gone down. And blue have a mini sentry wrangled, ready.
There's one thing that I really love about this map. There's space at 2 different levels. The higher level and the lower level are all kind of choke points for an epic battle. So you can have 2 epic battles going on, both at relevant places of the map, and there's not many maps that you can say that about.
Yeah, there's kind of the whole way through the map. It's different. You've got different levels, but there's pretty much 3 routes through every section of the map. You can go down the middle, which is the sort of the normal route. Then you got the right or the left, both of which have disadvantages to go around. But you know, you're not limited in your choice.
So you can see a great push there.
But also, it
Red
does
are
put the
Force
ownership.
gameplay, though, doesn't it?
But also, there is the ownership on the teams in order to control all routes at the same time. If you manage to control the roof, but you don't push the cart up, you lose that advantage because you have to go get into the car. And if you manage to push the cart up a good distance and you haven't got the roof, then you'll just get massacred by the time you get underneath it.
Yeah, exactly. It's nicely balanced, because if you try and cover all 3 places, you spread yourself too thinly, and you're not going to be strong in any. You can't put up a good attack or a good defence in any of the places.
Fantastic
You kind of have
stuff.
to pick
Sorry, taking
one
out
or
the
2.
enemy sniper.
You send a couple of people down one way.
Oh, and there's a drop down
It
attack
was.
coming off the roof.
Seric's just ripping the team apart at the minute. Stabbing and zapping, still alive.
See, blue have got the height advantage now over that point, so it is just a matter of time before it falls.
Yeah, how many of them are going to succumb
gonna
to
jump
the?
down?
We just need to touch it and just fall down. and
Look
die.
at that.
So the race is on. If they can get to this next point in 1 minute 40 seconds exactly, then they have won. Otherwise, they have to push and capture the final point to win this.
That's not easy. This is a very defendable slope, as I said before, and at the moment they're doing everything they need to be doing. They're holding red back.
It's like they've pretty much gone from 2 to 3 uncontested, and it does look like they're going to get it. There was
This
a bit
is
of
amazing.
spy trying to harass them. And there
That
we
was
go.
just
Blue
easy
have
for
got the
them.
win.
That's
That's the win.
absolutely superb play. Superb.
If I'd
Well, I
to
didn't
draw
think they'd
attention
do
to
that.
How they managed to do that. Basically, the blue had the uber advantage there, which was something that they completely managed to deny from red, which meant that they only needed 2 players to block off the whole of the red team up front, which meant that they could get 6 bodies on the car. Nice fast speed.
Superb. Yeah, that was a really good play. Really good play.
It looks like
So
all
that's
the
it.
games around.
Yeah, well, cheers for joining us, guys. Especially you guys in Vent. Jimbo McPig, Grom, myself, and Nutmega. It's nice to have a few of us here. Just we'll get better and better at not talking over each other. But we don't plan casting to be just me and Nutmega boring you. We're going to hopefully involve as many people as possible. And we hope you've enjoyed it. We've got a lot to learn. So if you've tuned into the cast, sign up on the forum and say hello. Tell us what we could do better. As long as that doesn't involve me making too much sense. And apart from that, it's been very enjoyable. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon, especially Monday night for the real thing.